Hi, Joe. Ian from BBC Wales. How are you? UK.
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yeah, we've just been speaking to Dwayne, obviously, and um, very complimentary about yourself and your development there at the Scarlets. Obviously, playing for Wales as well in the summer. How much you enjoying your rugby at the moment?
Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. It's unexpected, really, about the summer. But no, I just I really took it all in and just enjoyed myself when I was there. And I don't know, hopefully I can get back to there. But for the time being, for the Scarlets, and out in South Africa, it doesn't get much better, does it?
Well, we come to that in a moment. Obviously, the way things are going there. But in terms of that experience you had playing for Wales at Twickenham, what was that like, Joe? And it must have really given you an appetite for more of that, much more of that, I'm guessing.
No, it was definitely surreal. The atmosphere and everything. It was a lot to take in, overwhelming at some points. But no, it was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And I just hope, I hope I get back there, really.
Uh, what's the sort of time frame in your head for that then, in terms of like getting back into that Wales squad? Um, Six Nations now, I suppose, is the next target, is it?
That would be the next target. Just got to get some games under my belt now with the team and just see what happens, really. What will be. So Six Nations would be the target. Yeah.
How did you feel watching them at the World Cup? A sense of, if only I'd made that cut.
Yeah, obviously, but no, it was great seeing the boys go as well as they did. Just watching them play and knowing that I still was some part of the prep leading up to it in the summer. That was enough in itself, really, for me. But no, the boys went really well in the World Cup, and no, I was really pleased with them.
There's obviously been a lot of talk about, the budget cuts at regional level and what it means for players, young players, I suppose, like yourself, getting more opportunities now than perhaps you would have done before. And that's certainly the case, isn't it? As people like yourself are going to get more rugby at regional level and therefore hopefully through to international level due to the changes and all the financial constraints.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of that, really, with the young boys coming through now in Welsh rugby with the circumstances, but it's not so much a bad thing. It can be a blessing as well, because some boys will get more opportunity, and like you'll see boys coming through you might not see him for another few years, But yeah, so it's one of them things, isn't it?
In terms of what it means for you practically, in terms of playing in games like last weekend,
Yeah.
obviously you're pleased to be playing in it, but it was a tough experience, wasn't it, to be on the end of that kind of scoreline against the Bulls. What impact does it have on you, Joe, when you know you're on the end of a scoreline like that as a young player?
Well, obviously it's not a great feeling, but I think those are the experiences some players need to have in order to develop. Like we'll learn some hard lessons on the weekend, but everyone has come back in this week and is ready to. They want more because they don't want to have that feeling again. It's not a nice feeling. But no, it can make you more hungry, which it'll either make or break players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, almost. It's almost like it's almost like you're going to fast track players then in terms of development, really, aren't you? Throwing them in, exposing them to things like that, and again with the Stormers at the weekend, it's not going to get any easier, is it?
No, but the boys, you can relish in it, can you? It's like some people accept the challenge and want to take on the challenge. I know as a team, we obviously got some things wrong defensively on the weekend, but the boys are saying in training this morning that they're looking forward to the weekend coming just to give it a good go, And there's no doubt that we can, as a group, beat teams like the Stormers. It comes with experience and just the way the game goes.
Good stuff. Joe, listen, thank you for that. All the best of the weekend.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Hi Joe, how are you?
Hey, mate. Yeah, good. Thanks, you.
Yeah, good, thanks. In terms of your the couple of months you had with Wales and that game against England, what was the biggest thing that you learned about stepping up from like the regional game to international level, and what it's going to take to sort of excel at that level in the future?
it's all a lot of it comes down to pressure, because you've got obviously a lot of people watching you a lot more than you would than playing for the regions. It's just whether or not you can thrive under that pressure and not make mistakes. Really, it's not about shining, is it? Really, it's about where it can. Obviously, you want to shine, but obviously you don't want to make errors. And if you limit your errors, then it's not much can be said, really. So yeah, it's just about the pressure and just how you deal with it, I found.
Yeah. Did Warren Gatland or any of the coaches give you any sort of pointers to work on when you weren't named in the squad? Or did you not speak to them afterwards?
No, I spoke to them, and yeah, there were some work-ons they gave me, but I had a bit of a knee issue, and that obviously I don't think went in my favour. So no, I just got that sorted out now, and hopefully I get myself in a good place, ready for the next block of international games.
Yeah, in terms of being a centre at international level, I suppose you've got the best possible mentor really in Jonathan Davis, because obviously one of the best in the world for a long time. I mean, has he been a big help for you as well at the Scarlets in terms of your development?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Having players like John around is key for younger players' development, like the likes of Scott as well and Foxy. Both, like, they've helped me loads through my the way I've come up. Just little pointers here and there in training. It's not intense. It's not they're always on your back. It's just little things here and there, and obviously watching what they do, that helps, obviously, because Fox is a great professional. He preps well, and obviously he's been the best in the world for a while. And then there's a reason for that. It's because he is a good professional, and the way he preps, his diligence is really good. So it's just things like that, just like soaking that up off them, really.
Yeah, you know, when you look at the Scarlets backline, you got obviously Sam Costello, yourself, Tom Rogers, Johan Lloyd. I mean, obviously all players with, who have been capped, and you hope you have the potential to win more caps. It's quite exciting, isn't it, from a Scarlets point of view, the potential in the backline?
Yeah, we got a lot of talent, and it's good to be around all that. You thrive off it, and you can learn things off the boys that you don't maybe not have in your game that you can develop. But no, we got a good group at the moment, and I'm just looking forward to the season, really, see what it brings.
Brilliant. Great talking to you, Joe, and good luck for the weekend and the rest of the season.
Thank you, man.
Hi, Joe. Simon Thomas. I was just going to ask you a couple of quick ones. Aside from John Fox and Scott, you mentioned there, when you were sort of growing up in West Wales, were there any particular sort of centres or other positions really in the game, players you really liked watching, and ones you sort of think, yeah, well, that's the kind of player I'd love to be one day?
Fox and Scott really were the pairing when I was growing up, so it was mainly them. But when I was quite a bit younger, Regan King down in Stradi, used to watch him quite a lot, and he was a good player. So yeah, we've had a good group of centres really come through the Scarlets, a lot of good centres. So yeah, it's just watching them really grow up, but mostly Scotty and Fox.
Yeah, they said with Regan King could beat people with his eyes. I think he was he had something very special about him. I mean, you talked there to Steph about things you've got to work on. You obviously got natural strengths, but what other bits of your game, sort of over the last year or so, you've had to focus on as something you see yourself as a work on that you want to improve?
Really, it's just attacking wise. I would like to get myself involved more than I do at the moment. But no, I've been pretty much, mate. I've been trying to learn my craft. Just picking up things off the boys, like defensively, speaking to the boys, reading what they do, watching them. I like my defensive game, and I like how I read the game. But obviously that's come from watching the boys do it and others before me. But other than that, yeah, attackingly, I'd like to get myself in the game more, be more of a threat maybe. But yeah.
And what's it like, Joe, being out in South Africa this week? I would imagine the whole country is a bit World Cup crazy at the moment with the final coming up. Did you get a chance? I'm trying to get the time. Did you get a chance to watch the South Africa England semi final? And
Yeah,
what's the locals' reaction being like?
yeah, it was quite mad too on, was it Saturday night? We stayed in a hotel that had a like a square beneath it, and it was like a sort of a fan zone. Yeah, it was shoulder to shoulder down there Saturday night. But no, we just watched it from the hotel, and our team room was on the top floor, so we were looking down on them from the balcony. But yeah, it was quite an experience.
You can imagine it'd be double that again if they win on the weekend, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Lovely. We hope it goes well for you the weekend. All the best for the Saturdays and the rest of the season.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
So how's it been being in South Africa, obviously acclimatizing to being in Pretoria, and now you're in Cape Town, I believe? How's that been, sort of the shift moving across the country?
No, it's good. It's always good to get away as a group. The South Africa trip's always a good chance to obviously bond with your new teammates, learn more about them, and for them to feel more part of the group because you're away with the boys for a while. Last week was definitely tough, being at altitude. And playing at that's it's no easy task, but yeah, I think the boys, well, it's hard to adapt in that time space to the altitude, but being down in Cape Town now, yeah, the boys is we're enjoying. It's good.
Yeah, and what have you been doing as a team? Because obviously not the best final score at the weekend, but what have you been doing to sort of turn things around, getting back into a positive mindset and sort of focusing on next weekend?
We just after the defeat last weekend, we just spoke about being tight as a group and not really getting our heads down. So we've just been spending time with each other, going for bits, coffees, outside of training hours. But yeah, just sticking tight as a group, really.
Yeah, and then obviously in 2 weeks' time you're back at Scarlets playing against Cardiff. So that's sort of your first Welsh region clash of the season. How's everyone looking forward to that? Having the fans, friends and family, everyone coming down to watch you, being back in your home territory. Do you think that'll make a difference to the way that you guys will bond and play together?
Well, no, everyone, obviously home advantage makes a difference. Everyone looks forward to playing at home in front of their own crowd. But yeah, I think it'll be a good experience for the boys who haven't played there in front of a full crowd yet for the new boys. But no, yeah, I love playing at home. I can't wait to get back. But obviously, first task is this weekend.